Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel and also my kitchen. Today is day 2 of my 30 days has September challenge, and I'm going to be making the perfect autumn spaghetti bolognese with butternut squash. This recipe is hearty, it's plant-based, and it is perfect for those crisp autumnal evenings. So let's get straight into it. So let's get started by going through our ingredients list. So butternut squash, I always buy mine in a freezer because then it's already chopped up, easy peasy, makes the whole dinner process a lot quicker. Next, 2 carrots. I've got 3 because I think they're a little bit small. Next, we've got 2 celery sticks, a whole onion, or again, time-saving hack, buy it frozen. Also, I have a real problem with cutting onions. It really affects me and makes me cry. So I always buy frozen, so much easier. 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, some olive oil, a tin of chopped tomatoes. I've got 2 handy just because I'm not sure how much sauce there's going to be. We like quite a bit of tomato sauce in our house. Tomato puree, some mixed herbs, a little pinch of cinnamon for the ultimate autumnal feels. Mince. I've got Linda McCartney's plant-based mince, but of course you can swap this out for a meat alternative if you prefer. You can cook with beef. Also some other little bits and pieces that you can spice up yours with if you prefer. So things like balsamic vinegar, walnuts, also soy sauce, chestnut or portobello mushrooms. Now, I made this recipe with ChatGPT, so I basically just said to ChatGPT, help me make a autumnal spaghetti bolognese recipe, and I laid out a few of the ingredients that I had already, and then it popped through some suggestions and quantities and things like that, as well as a full breakthrough of the recipe itself, which of course I'm going to pop down in the description below. So first things first, what we need to do is roast off our butternut squash. So we're going to start with our oven on 180 fan, which is 200 if you don't have a fan. And we're going to roast this for around 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. And I literally just dump the butternut squash in there like that, and a drizzle of olive oil on the top, as well as some salt and pepper. Did we mention salt and pepper in the ingredients? I feel like I've missed that. Okay, and that's it. That's going straight in the oven, 180 fan, 20 to 30 minutes until golden brown or caramelized. Not brown, just golden. Okay, next up we're going to make the bolognese sauce. Now ChatGPT tells me that this is called soffritto. I've never heard of that before in my life, so we learned something new. Okay, large pan, we're going to heat the olive oil, just a splash, and then we're going to get out my trusty mini food chopper. This is going to be the second time I'm going to be using this, so it'll be interesting to see how it copes with large hard vegetables. If you haven't seen my video where I made the protein balls, do go ahead and check that out as well. I'm just going to top and tail my carrots, and also chop them into some smaller sections so that the chopper can cope with it. Now Dan really doesn't like celery, so I'm hoping that he can't taste this, but celery just makes the absolute perfect base for what we're making. spaghetti bolognese. Lid on there. I am so impressed with this thing. It is just chopped that literally in a second. Came with this little spatula, so we'll give that a little whiz around the sides. And just look at that. Perfect. So heat up the pan, and we're going to cook this carrot celery concoction here for 8 to 10 minutes until it's softened. Then once we've done that, we're going to add in our onion until it's translucent. While that's cooking, I'm going to have a quick tidy up. I'm also going to get ready our garlic. Now this was possibly the best gadget that I've ever bought from Aldi. It's a like a garlic crusher, and it just works so beautifully. I could never ever chop that, not in a million years. I could never get it like that. One other ingredient I literally can't believe I've forgotten about: the red wine. Perfect. Okay, so time for the onions. I'm not going to weigh these out or anything. I like to do guesswork in this house. 1 onion's worth. I'm going to fry it until translucent. Next, we're going to add in the garlic, and we're going to cook this for about 1 to 2 minutes. If anyone knows how to get garlic out of a wooden chopping board, please do let me know in the comments, because this takes ages to come out of the chopping board. Next is my favourite part. We're going to deglaze the wine. This means we're going to pour it into the pan, turn it up to a really high heat. We're going to let it bubble profusely, which basically burns off the alcohol, and then it will reduce by about half. Now this bottle is 187 millilitres, and the recipe calls for 150 ml. So I'm basically going to pour most of it in until the bottom. As you know, I don't really like measuring things. This is what we're working with at the moment. Turn that up to a high heat. We're going to pour that in. Okay. And that smell is absolutely stunning. That smells to me like warm comfort food. So in goes next the mince. I'm going to turn that heat back down to about a medium now. We're going to put in the tomatoes. I'm definitely putting 2 in. Next goes in all the seasoning. The recipe said 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme or rosemary. I didn't have either of those, but I did have mixed herb, which has both of those herbs in. So I've just chucked in 2 teaspoons of that. Good helping of salt and pepper. The pinch of cinnamon goes in. I forgot to put the tomato puree in. This is supposed to go in with the garlic. I'm going to add it now. I'm sure it won't make that much difference. The recipe said that when it goes in with the garlic, it kind of caramelizes a little bit, which adds a bit of richness. So I guess we're just going to be missing out on that. Now I'm making mine slightly ahead of time, so I'm not going to be making my spaghetti with it at the same time. But if it's looking a little bit thick, the recipe says that you can add a ladle full of pasta water. So I'm going to keep an eye on mine. If it looks a bit thick, I'm going to add half a can of water, and I'm going to pop it in these so that it can get the residue out the bottom of the tin tomatoes. It's smelling absolutely delicious. It looks fantastic as well. I may add just a touch of water because I'm going to let this cook on a low heat now for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, that's got a cover on it now, and it's going to move over. And it's going to sit on my smallest ring on a low heat, just so it's still got some bubbles running through it, but nice and low, and I'm going to cook that for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so this is where we are with it. So the butternut squash is ready, and we're just going to pop that in here now to the main spaghetti bolognese. It is looking a gorgeous colour. It's just getting richer and richer, and I did do a little taste test, and I can really taste the cinnamon, even though there's just a pinch in there. It's surprising how much flavour it does give. So we're going to combine those two together now. This is the final result. This is ready to serve now, so we're just waiting on the spaghetti. That is just finishing its boil away there next door, and I am getting hungry.
Half inside, half outside.
You want me to take umbrellas?
Why? I'm not wearing keys. You don't know why people do.